Well, all right, we are back to the Little Jewel project. Stepped aside to do that train thing the past two episodes, but I had to think about where we're going next. The Little Jewel is going to be made up of a bunch of different stuff. You've seen the other parts come in. So I was thinking, okay, let's get off the dent repair for a moment because we got plenty of rust and dents. We need to know what the character of this face is, you know? It was smashed in really good. And I reassembled the fenders. If you saw the other episodes, it got collision bad here. And it's pretty close to push back into shape. There's a little issue back here. You see the grill's out, but I'm going to have to push that back into shape once this is locked onto some kind of a framework. So for now, we're just acting as if everything's cool. Took a lot of the smush out. The hood in the other episode is all rehabbed. And I was thinking about the headlights. You know, this is all bashed and there was really nothing there to work with. So I have these Nash Metropolitan fenders. We're going to swap the whole section of the fender. Each section of the fender from the Nash is going to replace what's there on the International. Because I'm digging these little lights. Right? I mean, doesn't that have some character? It feels like the International. The way that the fenders are arranged, you see the seam that comes through the headlight bucket? It's identical on the International. There's two pieces bolted together, and that's exactly what I disassembled on that big truck. They're about the same year, so it's not like a big surprise, but I just think that that's cool. I did a little exploration, like it fits, it's going to work, but I'm going to go through the process. I already dissected the driver's side, and then we'll go through the whole deal with the passenger side. What happened, as usual, is I started to weld this together. I got it all bolted and clamped back into place, and this is going to be a one-piece nose, just for simplicity. So where this seam is will be all welded, and this was all smashed from the collision. So I clamped it, knocked it back into shape, and welded both sides. So this whole nose piece is just going to kind of slip in, fenders and grill in one section. And while doing that, I ran out of welding wire. So that leads us into the first part of our story. We're going to talk a little bit about MIG welders, what goes on inside that box while I'm changing this up. Professional folks already know this, but if you're young and be like, what the heck is all this about? So MIG welding is electric arc welding. It's plugged into a 220 volt power source, and it's a DC current. So a lot to explain about that, but you have positive and negative sides of the circuit. One being the wire is charged, and then the ground clamp will make the circuit. Whether you're working with positive or negative polarity, that can be set in the machine, but pretty much just like the car battery where you have a red and a black terminal, one or the other is red or black. And when they connect, boom, you're welding. That's a whole different part of the operation, but in a nutshell, the electric arc is just like you see in a typical light bulb. When it's on, that's more of a fuse, but you get the gist, all right? Come on, let's not get too technical. So what happens in this machine, it's called wire feed welding for a reason. Do you see that big spool in there? I just changed that. That's what you run out. That's a consumable, is what the term is, because you use it up. And you have to change that roll occasionally. I'll get into this in a sec. It's like a 33-pound spool of wire. So you set that in there, and then when you're doing this, do not let this go. Have you ever been using a fishing pole and you let that string go? Do not. This wire goes through this set of rollers right here. So the wire gets fed through. See it in the little channel? See it in there? So I'm just going to stop right there because I'm going to clean it out. But this locks it in place just to hold that so it doesn't get all crazy on you. On the torch end, when you're changing out your wire, I already pulled it out a little bit. That's why I'm able to push the wire into the roller mechanism. This is a little feeding tip right here. this is matched to the diameter of the wire you're using. In this case, I'm upgrading. In the other videos, I said I was using 0.030 wire. That's the thickness. This new spool is 0.35, just because they didn't have the thinner wire in stock. So I'm going to change the tip and the wire. So this is the amount that's left over in the torch lead.
Oh, wow.
So like I say, it's a consumable. You do use it up. So you can use this for arts and crafts, or leave it over there to get tangled up when you walk around later.
That's probably what will happen.
Probably what will happen. So, got a fresh tip. While I'm at it, a lot of times the welding nozzle, I was doing some really dirty work, and that's what it starts to look like. It's a little bit melted, a little deformed. So I'm going to take a second to do a rehab on this too. This is a ball joint reamer. It's used for, like if you drill a straight hole and you want to use a tapered seat ball joint, you'll use a tool like this to hone it out at a taper. But it works great for cleaning welding torches. I'm not going to jam it all the way in there because it's threaded down inside. Just give it a little love. But just because it's oiled out, that's no big deal. It'll still work okay. But now it has maximum flow. It's not clogged up. Speaking of maximum flow, I'm going to blow air down inside this where the wire comes through, because in a dusty environment like this, the static electricity is crazy. When I'm welding, when I lay the torch hose on the floor, all this metal debris, see how they're in patterns? That's all the static electricity going through this welding machine. It magnetizes the steel that's laying around in dust. So I'm taking a second to just blow out everything. Keep the machine clean. So I just got the wire set up in the rollers. Nothing's in this right now. Listen to that rain. Just gonna blow this out. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna get up in the vents of the machine. Watch this. I'm not too dirty. Just a little periodic maintenance. This will probably be a lot better because this is the intake side. You hear the fan going. Just give it a little love. That'll keep this thing running like virtually forever. There's almost no maintenance to these things.
Wow, it's like torrential rainpour out there. I want to go look at it really quick. I gotta see this. Look, guys.
I got the hatches battened down. The wind is coming right at us. Oh, it's not even that bad. The wind just shifted. It's going this way now. That's why their squall came.
Wow.
Hey, look. There's one of those
Well,
things.
there's Lil.
She's like, it's crazy out there. Don't cut your feet.
Hi.
It's like,
Come here, Lil. Hi, Lil.
What's up, Dirt Nose?
She's gnarly.
She is wild.
She's so funny. What are you doing, Lil?
Hey, don't cut your feet.
She don't care.
Nose. What's going on out there? Wow.
She is loving this weather. Come on.
House. Come on.
You want to go outside? She's like, no. You want to go outside?
Stop stealing my thunder. It's my show. I'm going to leave this open just a little bit if she wants to exit, because we're not making any sparks right now.
Yeah. Hi, Lil.
All right.
Look at that happy
Oh,
dog.
here comes another one.
Scene stealers.
Yeah. So now that I got this kind of set, I'm going to open this a little bit, and I'm going to just feed the wire into torch lead. See, now it's going. Close that. This little clip retains that spool. What do you think? Is it up to speed? Then this piece goes here, falling into place. Hey. So see, that just keeps the wire. There's a channel that runs through it, so the rollers grip it and send it. I'm going to turn the gas off, turn the machine on. I'm going to turn the wire speed up because now I'm going to feed the wire. Here, check this out. When you press this torch, you press the switch on the torch, the wire starts rolling.
Ooh.
Interesting. And in a minute, it's going to pop right out of the front of the torch.
Stop.
It's very interesting. Here it comes. Here it's just grown. Yep. All right. Now we just put it back together. Slide that tip on.
Look at the audience you have.
Never a dull moment. Stinks like wet dog in here. Ew.
It's so funny how happy they are.
That goes there. And voila. Oh no.
Now, how often do you do that? Just every time you change out the spool?
When you change a spool, it's just a good
just
idea.
clean
But
it?
I mean, it's not a bad idea to just blow out the machine daily, for sure. I mean, I do it every now and then, but yeah. As long as you're just using air, I mean, hey, you can do it every half hour if you want.
Leo.
It's going to cut this wire back. Now we're fresh. We're ready to rock.
Oh, did somebody say rock?
Ready to rock? Let's go. Let's rock. We're going to weld.
Go on, Leo.
Hey! Want a treat? Let's have a treat. Come on, come on. All treats. Good Lil. Good Lil. Very similar to the Nash fender with the seam coming through the headlight bucket. I'm going to cut that fender and we'll carry on. I did a little thinking before I did this one, and I'll show you on the fender why it's cut like it is. Just to remove it. See, the Nash has a stamping here, and I'm looking for a flat plane, so that's why that has that curve cut through it. But I'm going to go around about that far from the headlight bezel, straight down. The International doesn't show this detail, so I'm going to cut here, and then this is different on the truck as well.
I got some new
Make
ones.
some noise. Yeah, the other ones are Bluetooth compatible, but these,
Yeah, these fit much better.
yeah, it all depends how you're feeling.
Well, the other ones are good for my dune buggy.
Because you get the audio, yeah.
Yeah, but these I don't need it.
All right, I'm going to fire up the cutting wheel, remove this headlight. Just going to pick a random spot and start slicing. Couple little points of attachment still on the inside. Voila. Twins.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it looks like this car was smashed too. Cut this out here. I'm going to trim off these headlight bucket rings. This is a part of the old headlight unit right here. So I'm just going to remove all that. Cool, so that's a good start just to see how this is going to line up. Yeah, I'm going to trim back right through here, get that out of the way. Very similar contours.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. The grinding, it doesn't hurt you? Like the stuff shooting at you?
Well, in order for it to hurt, you'd have to have feelings, right?
I was like, ooh.
I'm feeling that. I'm going to just make a mark where this light is going to pierce. Get this out of the way.
Are you going to keep these lights?
Yeah.
That looks so cool.
Right? I saw that. I was like, man.
Yeah.
It's just extra. Reminds me of like the, I don't know, definitely French. I don't know what time period directly, but when they would have like little fake mole applied. It's like we're adding one of those to the face. Got a couple bolts and a couple clamps. I'm going to get this bolt out of the way. Actually, I could probably just leave it, but I'm going to just cut this hole right here. There's a flange here that goes back. That's why I'm sinking the disc all the way, trying to get into that. I like this. I think I'm going to continue this cut straight up because that flange is in the way of that. I mean, come on. Do a little trimming up there.
Like butter. Oh my gosh, I
so
love
much
it.
better.
It looks so good.
Parts is parts. Ooh, there's some strong stuff in there. Lead, I can feel it. Mushy. Yeah. Yes. I like this. I like it. I like it. Mark the bottom of that. That way you can get all that all the way in. I'm going to cut it down to there. Get that flange out. No interference between the hardware on this headlight bucket and that existing one, but they're stacking pretty good at this point. Look at that.
I like it. Looks really
Me
good.
too. And I don't even mind how the light appears to come out a little bit further.
Yeah.
It just gives a little bit more character.
Je ne sais quoi.
Little of, how do you say? Je ne sais
Je ne
quoi.
sais quoi.
Yeah, bad French accents and everything. We got it all on this channel. So, yeah, I think because we do have this lap, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. It's pushing it up a little bit. It's going to come back a little bit with it. Again, it's just this like exploratory surgery. I'm not getting too committal because we don't want this interfering with the natural landing point of the new light. That's a little bit harsher. And this light is a little bit smaller than that one, so I could be holding it out. Let's cut it off. The other side will go much faster because I've already established, just like I flip-flopped with the removal of that headlight bucket on the fenders. This fender has a lot of stress in it. I'm not sure if you can see how it's changing. As I cut this off, it's starting to flex. Oh yeah, now it's really starting to come together. I'm doing a little half and half. I'm trimming out the truck and I'm trimming out the headlight bucket. Trying to find out the happy in between. Trying to use less cutting wheel right now because we're running shy on them. I have one left. So this is another option, to just muscle it with the tin snips. It's good old-fashioned metal. I don't make cars like this anymore. Falling into step. Here we go. At this point, I think I like this. The outside fits great. Just getting a weird stress point right here. I'm going to roll this in. Like just right in there. I'm trying to decide what's going to work best here. I think cutting the truck away. You see it's got this hard edge right here? I think I'm going to hammer that down because that could be ridged up from the collision. Either way, we can trim it back, but it seems like it's a little puffy right here. Now I'm going to bring this out. Again, like I was saying, the half and half. I'm going to do a little pull on this sheet metal and a little hammer on that sheet metal. It's coming together. Okay. Make a nice trim through here. Doesn't look so choppy. Yeah, we have a seam right here with some lead in it. That's why it's difficult to cut. So see, it's getting closer each time. Look at that, we're almost home. So that's a little bit weird right here. I think I'm going to bring this out to match that international a little bit. I'm going to hammer this out. I'm going to set it here. So using this as the dolly now, I'm just going to try to let it follow that radius. See all that lead now where this joint is, but I'll get in there and clean all that when I have to weld. I like it.
So guys, people watching, drop a like, leave us a comment, even if you just post comment.
Or just dot.
Give us some love.
Let me know who's there.
Yep, give us some love. Hold on, let me put back on my earmuffs.
So we were doing the episodes yesterday, and people are like, no, we want to see the truck.
The train episodes.
So we're back on the truck. It's like, it is the show that you want to see.
Exactly. So if you're liking it, drop a like, comment, please subscribe if you have not. Yeah, let's hang out.
Yep, we're there. I'm going to go in with the last trim. Use the cutting wheel, what's left of it.
I like how these are orange so you can find them in your shop.
For sure.
Is that what
yeah.
I was wondering why? And now seeing you like walk around looking for things, so you're like, oh, the orange.
It's like when I reach for the, and it's blue. You know exactly where you're going. Getting our money's worth out of that cutting wheel. And use it all the way up. All right, seeing a little weirdness here. Yes, indeed. I like it. Trim out the rest of the remaining Nash fender. It seems like I'm yelling or talking too low. It's because with those muffs on,
Right.
I can't hear.
I know.
the
I have
thing.
mine on the whole time, and I'm
What?
like, don't know what my voice is doing.
But that's the struggle, you know. We are just a two-person crew here. We have no sound aside from our simple microphones. Yeah. When I say sound, I mean sometimes on the productions you'll have a dedicated sound person monitoring each microphone.
I've gotten a lot of like good tips though, and people have been giving me some advice, so our sound will improve. Don't worry.
I'm not worried. Should have seen us 3 weeks ago. We didn't know what the heck we were doing.
True story.
Let me take off the rest of this. Look at that. It's like an alien eye.
I like that.
Look at this. Just look at this. Heck yeah.
That looks good.
I'm going to take the paint off of this area, and then we're going to do a final trim.
Lil was so happy. That was so cute.
She was charged up.
She was like wanting to rock and like play. She's
They
so
got like that.
adorable.
It's like it's chilly, it's a lot windy, it's a lot of energy. Posted on the socials yesterday about how green the desert's getting, and with that comes first the mice and the squirrels, and later the snakes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
when the dogs
The
don't
rattlesnake fence is going in.
run. We get rattlesnakes in our back room at the dog bowl. What's up?
Yeah, so we're gonna have to do the perimeter. We already have it, so we're just waiting for the weather to break to dig it in.